Well, hello, I'm Bob Dendry, this is Boring Guy Plays, and welcome back to the hit series the critics are calling Painfully Dumb. That's right, we are back for some more Infinifactory. I really enjoyed the first episode I put out. Obviously, it was just tutorial missions, but still pretty fun, so let's jump in and continue. Alright, so we're now on to our next set of levels. The location is Skydock 19, and we will kick off with the first level. Munitions Refill Type 2. Okay. Honestly, I'm not 100% understanding what this actually does. What I'm seeing, though, is that when a block ends up here, which appears to have some sort of sensor, this transmits over there, and this piston will push something. Okay, so where are we off to then? So we need one of these, which looks like it's some sort of ammo box or munition box, something like that. And, okay, it's coming from over here. Okay, so I think it makes sense. So these munition boxes will be coming out. They'll just be sitting there. And we can have our sensor set up to detect that one is, or the next one's passing through. And it will kick the first one on. And it doesn't look like we need to do anything else there. So that should be fairly simple. Let me just test actually that it works first. So I've got a sensor. No, this is the pusher, sorry. And we need a sensor. The sensor's on the side of that one. I'm wondering if we can save on parts and just have them directly next to each other, if that will work. If not, well, we know that we just need to space it out a little bit more. But let's have a look. I'm just going to test if this is going to work. No, okay. I understand why that was silly of me. Yes, it was painfully dumb, as some might say. It's because that will open up and it'll actually block the box from going on. So, yep, fair enough. That one's on me. But we can get a conduit. A conduit. And that should be what we need. Let's test it again. It goes through. Push, push, push. Perfect. Okay, excellent. Alright, so we should just need to place the conveyors, and that is, or should be, all we need to do. And let's go. Let's see how we go. Yeah, perfect. Nice and easy. Alrighty, so we've just learnt a little bit about those three blocks that we just used for that puzzle, and we'll move on to Munitions Refill Type 6. Alright, here we are on the next level. This one, ooh, looks like it's a little bit trickier. I'm going to assume all of these are actually the same. Yeah, so it's the same type of block, but obviously we need to handle distributing the blocks between the three accept points. We do have a deceased predecessor of ours here. Let's have a look at their failure logs. Interesting. So the audio log from this deceased person here actually talks about the size of the armada that was in the shipyard. It doesn't look like there's too many around here right now, but they were wondering who they might be fighting. Given we're, I assume, human, and these guys are aliens, potentially they're fighting us, and they're using us as slave labor. But anyway, I'm just considering, how do we make this work? I'm gonna just do some testing up here, see if we can work out if there's a way to like have multiple sensors hooked up together. I wonder if we can do that. I'm just testing this out. This isn't anything legit or whatever right now. I'm just trying to work out exactly how these work. Did not mean to press play though. So if we can maybe get an overhead sensor. If we have 3, will that mean that all 3 need to be triggered for the pushes to trigger? Let's try that. Okay, well, okay, that was, I mean, yeah, fair enough. That was on me. There's no way to stop them. So if we put a platform here, let's try that again. So 3 of them, no, okay. Actually, they're not connected. Okay, my bad. They were not actually connected together. So if we do that, let's have a look. No, okay. That's okay though, actually. I think we should be able to use just the one then. I think that still works. Oh, actually. We need them to be able to pile up, don't we? Okay. Yes. Okay, if we... Let's get rid of this. If we make these platforms... Does that work? Is it... Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. That's easy then. I think I know how to do this. Let's just get rid of all this stuff. Let's get our conveyor in. We want to have like the minimum sort of number of blocks. So we will do, I think this should work. All right. Does this work? Well, I mean, there's that. Actually go off the edge. We'll fix that. Have it go out one further block. Okay. This should be good now. This should work. Excellent. Okay. Oh, look at that. We actually... Looks like we did pretty well with the number of blocks in the footprint as well. And on cycles, we were pretty much normal. But I don't think there was really any way to make it much better. Though there's a few people who have been able to do that. All right, next we've got shuttle propulsion units. So, right, okay, and we've got a couple of different types it looks like we need to actually be producing. We need 2 block long ones and 3 block long ones. And it looks like this unfortunate soul has actually been crushed by a shipping crate. What do they have to say for themselves? Okay, so that person down there, that unfortunate person, seems like they're a bit of a conspiracy theorist, and they seem to feel good about themselves that they were sort of proven right, that aliens exist, all of that, right before they were crushed to death by a shipping container while they were being used as slave labor. I think I know how we can do this one. Straight up, so I'm just going to go ahead and try and do it. I think it'll be sort of a similar design to what we did last time, but it'll have a conveyor sort of in the middle. So we'll have our engine parts or propulsion parts coming through here. We'll have platforms here. So they'll sort of pile up here, then once the third piece comes along, it'll push the first piece along, and so on and so forth. We'll need our pushers here. They will need conduits all the way between them, because these are all going to be synced up. We will have our sensor over the top of this one here. Then we're going to need welders overhead. Oops. Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, my bad. I used the wrong sensor. We needed this one. And that one should hold. And then, yeah, we need to have our welders over the top here and over the top there. And I think that'll work, just doing that. So if we get overhead welders here. And overhead and some overhead welders over here. I think that should work, right? And I don't think we need the additional conveyor places either. I've probably forgotten something, and this is a terrible idea, but just off the top of my head, I think that'll work. Let's give it a go anyway. Okay, yep. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, great. It's actually a pretty decent solution we've got there. Cool, and maybe a little tiny bit under average in terms of our performance there, but yeah, pretty good, pretty good. All right, next we are off manufacturing some wave detection arrays, and let's have a look at these ones. Okay, this one looks interesting, and this one will definitely be a little bit more trickier. Do we have Any failure logs in here? Anyone who has sadly passed away? Looks like not. So, okay. This one, I'm not sure off the top of my head how to do this one. So I'm going to have a bit of a think. Do these produce at the same... No. Okay, cool. So we've got a bit more in terms of these side units, which is good. That's, I would say, what we want to see. Because we're going to need to do some sort of passing over and under. I think we just need to send everything out over here and do any sort of organizing once we get to the other side. We actually probably need to turn this and have them come over in this direction. It's actually going to be a little bit tight, I think, in terms of what we can do here. But I think we can do pretty much the same thing as we've already done. So we'll get some pushes. And we'll have the sensor on the end. Then I think we'll have further conveyors here. Confirming. No, actually, I don't think we need conveyors there. Hang on. No, we do. Sorry, my bad. So all of these spaces get filled up, everything gets pushed along one. We're waiting for the middle bit to come through. It'll land on this bit, slide forward, we'll have our welders set up there, and then on. I think that is all we need. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, by the way, but we'll have to see. And we need to do a similar thing with our middle piece. I don't know what you call the middle piece. I guess it would be like the processing unit or something, or the emitter maybe. And these yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know what the parts are. So he needs to come through here. Perfect. At least I think it's perfect. The problem we might face is if the timing isn't quite right on the second bit coming through. But I think that works. All right. I guess here goes nothing. Oh, actually, never mind. I am literally an idiot. Conduit needs to be there. Okay. Regardless, I think it actually needs to be in the other order. I think this piece needs to be a flat platform, and this needs to be the conveyor instead, based on what I'm seeing. And another rookie error from me, actually. These conduits don't connect through pieces. They need to be connected separately to each one. So yeah, that one's on me. Sorry about that. I'm certainly living up to the painfully dumb moniker, aren't I? I actually missed this connection here, I think. So that will be everything. All right, so let's give it a go. While this is running, and hopefully it's successful this time, I just wanted to give myself a little bit of a plug. I've noticed only about 5% of you who watched the first video in this series are actually subscribed. So I'd encourage you, if you enjoy what you see here, please give a subscribe to the video. It does help me out a lot. Okay, yes. First one has worked. Yes, yes. Okay, looks like we've got our timing all set up here. And these are all going to work. Perfect. Lovely. Our block score is way too high though. So next we've got our puzzle Guided Javelin Type 1. Which, as you can see, we've got some quite large missiles that we need to be putting together. Okay, this is interesting. This is an interesting one. I just wanted to see what sort of timing we've got here. Okay. All right. I think that largely makes sense. Okay, I've got another idea. I actually tried another idea before this one. And it didn't work, but I hope maybe this one might work. What we can do is have these guys just stacking up here. The problem is always going to be that the sensors trigger when a block sort of falls through it, which makes it difficult to sort of stack up these blocks correctly. I've also considered a highly complicated sort of tiered system where these sort of lined up and then didn't. I don't know. So if we just run this like this, and just to have a look and see how it works. So we could set it up so that it then it like welds at the point where there's the 3 sitting there. But the question is, how do we keep it moving? I doubt we can use the welder to trigger the pusher, right? Or could we? Hang on. Let's try that. I doubt this will work. But I'm just going to give it a go anyway. And no, we can't because there's no conduit attached to the welder, so no. Oh, what's happened? Okay, I have no idea what just happened there. Obviously, I was taking too long to do that, and the powers that be just wanted to give me a little reminder that I'm on the clock here. I'm assuming this failure log isn't going to tell me anything I need to know. Okay, never mind. Or maybe it is, and I just don't understand it. I might have an idea. Oh, hang on. Might have an idea. If we make this a conveyor, that will push the whole thing, right? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Why is the music doubled up? Do I have 2 instances of this running? No. I'm really confused, and it's really tripping me out. I don't know why this is happening. I might restart. All right. Yeah, I'm not... I don't know why it was doubling up like that. Okay, I think I've worked it out, though. I think we know what we need to do here. Actually, we need to go one more up, actually, don't we? Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can just have them right here, can't we? Just going to quickly test that out. Okay, cool. And then can we use the same pushing motion to work that as well? Then, once it arrives here, at that stage, we can release our top piece. Right? Can actually switch that to the other side. Then so it senses there, it will push a top bit off, and then question is, how do we push it on from there? Do the pushes don't trigger themselves? We've already actually discovered that, haven't we? Okay, so once it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, we can, hang on, we can sense that it is completed, and then we can push it on. Right? Surely this works. Let's have a look. Okay, our 3 pieces are complete there. No, hang on. Do we need to delay this piece coming? Can we do that just with a quick sort of kink in it? Do we need to implement a whole sort of pushing, pulling situation? Let's try it again. Okay, that's through there. We're not welding those together or doing anything, actually. I've literally just partially built this. Cool stuff. Ooh, actually. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. hang on. Hang on. I've realized the problem here. We can absolutely weld them together, but then the next piece coming through will be this guy here, which is going to push it in that direction, which actually is probably fine. It just means we're going to have to push everything over by one tile, which is great and definitely what I had in mind from the start. I'm just going to essentially just copy this before I remove what's already there, just so I can be a little bit lazy. Right, does this now work? It does. Oh, we need a welder as well, don't we? Ooh, okay. Should be okay. Should be okay. We might need to make this infinitely more... Oh, man. So we can get our welders in here. Actually, it's not too bad, is it? So we'll need to wrap this around. It should be able to come down and connect onto the sensor here, right? Oops. Right. Does this do everything? I think this does everything. Try and get a good look from over here. It's sitting there. Missiles complete. It's done there. It's welded. It's pushed through. It's complete. Okay. Question is, does that hold up? It looks like it does. Okay. Wow. I'm sure this is, once again, way above average in terms of the number of parts. But I do feel a little bit of a sense of achievement having completed this, to be honest. Yes, actually, not too bad. Sort of towards the lower part of average for the number of cycles, a bit over for block score, and a tiny bit over for footprint as well. So I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. And it's time for our performance review. Oh, what do we got? Armpits of iron. Oh, it's a tape. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. So, where do we plug in our VHS? Hello? Oh, are you serious? They gave us a VHS tape, and we don't even have a tape player. That is so bad. So bad. Not happy with that at all, but we did get some packing peanuts. Well, there you go. Another set of puzzles completed, and yeah, it's starting to get a little bit more trickier. Obviously, the initial sort of set we went through were just the tutorials, just so you know how to actually play the game, but still having a heap of fun with this, and I hope it wasn't too painfully dumb for you. But that is all we've got time for in this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you get a ding to your device the next time I post a video. You can find links to my social media in the description, so please jump on there, like, follow, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff. Big shout out to my Founders Club patron, Caleb. Caleb, thank you so much for helping to make this content possible. But until next time, I'm Bob Dendry. This is Infinifactory. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.